It is with great delight that I bring you greetings from the faculty, students, staff, and alumni of Emory. We at Emory are humbled beyond measure that His Holiness the Dalai Lama has accepted an invitation to serve as a presidential distinguished professor, the first time His Holiness has agreed to a personal affiliation with an American university. Thank you. But in truth, we can be still more grateful for what this sort of appointment represents for now, but also for what it can mean for the future as we work together, not merely to address some of society's most vexing problems, but to go beyond that, to accentuate that which is honest and just and pure and lovely and of good report. His Holiness's formal affiliation with Atlanta and with Emory is the culmination of more than 15 years of consultation and planning. As scholars in Emory College and leaders of the ancient Tibetan monastery Drepung Losling sought to find a way to bring these two great intellectual traditions together: the great monastic tradition of Tibet, the great university tradition of the West. This collaboration represents something that Atlanta and Emory have aspired to, and that is courageous leadership. For Emory, that leadership must come through our teaching, our research, our scholarship, and our service to the world. An effort to be engaged with communities for positive transformation in a way that this world sorely needs, and that universities of our young century can increasingly exercise. For Atlanta, courageous leadership has been exemplified over the decades by the exercise of social responsibility and frequently care for the least of these, the outcast, the marginalized. Emory is grateful to be part of Atlanta and to have opportunities to collaborate with our home city in its many great institutions. One of the ways that we seek to partner with Atlanta is by serving as a portal to the world. Modern research and teaching are truly an international enterprise, carrying faculty members and students from Emory and Georgia Tech and Georgia State and Morehouse and Spelman and other Atlanta colleges to places around the world, and in turn bringing to our campuses and our city the best and brightest people from around the globe. It is in that dimension of serving as a portal for the world to enter Atlanta and for Atlanta to experience the world that Emory is so pleased to host this event this afternoon. And now to bring a word of greeting from the Emory Board of Trustees, I am honored to introduce the chair of the Emory Board, Ben Johnson. Ben is the Emory College graduate of 1965 and the managing partner of Alston & Bird. Ben.
Thank you, President Wagner. On behalf of Emory, let me welcome each of you to this event this afternoon. Your Holiness, you have been welcomed to Emory on several occasions in the last several days, and now it's an opportunity to welcome you to Atlanta, and an opportunity to welcome you to a very special place in the life of Atlanta. The park in which we are gathered was built as a place of celebration when Atlanta hosted the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games. I was commenting to several people earlier that it's hard to believe that it was 17 years ago when the words, "It's Atlanta," were first heard. And I still carry around with me an article that appeared in the New York Times right after the announcement. And it said, in the eyes of many International Olympic Committee members who picked Atlanta over Athens in the final round of voting, Atlanta symbolized the degree to which racial harmony can unite a city, while in so many other places around the world, ethnic differences and racial tensions continue to act far more divisively and destructively. 86 men and women from countries in each of the 5 continents expressed their ultimate trust and confidence that a city in America's South, once the hallmark of ethnic division, could rise to Olympic heights. And so it was 17 years ago. But lest we forget, this park, which was intended as a place of celebrating our common humanity, during the Olympics became the site of a violent terrorist attack that resulted in 2 deaths and over 100 serious illnesses. An attack not from foreign terrorists, but from one of our own. So, Your Holiness, this site represents both the receptivity of Atlanta and the need for the message of love and reconciliation that you bring, and it also recognizes the need for that message. So we welcome each of you today, and Your Holiness, we welcome you to Atlanta.